Good morning, friends. In part 24, we have seen the four principles in anger management. Number one is control your reaction time. How to control your reaction time? Count from 15, 14, 13 to 0. In this 15 seconds, you will be able to control your reactions. What type of reactions we should give for an action, this will indicate very clearly. Number two is close your upper lip and lower lip tightly. That means if you are able to control your speaking ability in an angry situation, many of the unpleasant events which may unfold later could be avoided. The third is if the first two options do not work, the third possibility is leave that place. And the fourth principle involved is whatever be the anger, go inside a room and punch the punching bag and the mattress or pillow, whatever be, so that the anger which has raised inside will come out. Because in a civilized society, anger has no place at all. Anger has got only two choices. Either anger will control us or we control anger. If we control anger, many of the unpleasant situations could be controlled to a greater extent. Now, in this part 25, we will see the other two types of emotions which are equally very dangerous. Of course, almost 99% of us, we are victims to it. Number one is guilt and number two is worry. The twin sisters of negative emotions. We need to understand very clearly the difference between guilt and worry. Guilt is what has happened yesterday. Please remember, whatever happened yesterday is already has become part of history. Please remember, in life there is no undo button. We have all become experts in preparing documents in computers and laptops only because there is an option to undo whatever we have done. But in life, there is no such option available. The only option available is till we do, we have got the option. But once we have done, there is no other option because it becomes history and we cannot change history. And there is no way we can recall whatever has been done. So guilt is what has happened yesterday. On the other hand, worry is what will happen tomorrow. It is a mystery. Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. That is why there is a beautiful quotation. Guilt is what has happened yesterday. You cannot change yesterday because it has become history. Worry is what will happen tomorrow. No one knows what will happen tomorrow because it is a mystery. But today is the present given to every one of us, and that is a beautiful gift. Every one of us we have got, and if we use this present minute available to us, present today available to us, we will avoid many of the situations leading to stress and tension. Guilt we will see elaborately, because many of us, almost 99% of us, one time or other, we have felt guilty for something which we have done deliberately or by accidentally we have done, and the result is devastating result. I had a very bad experience. Once after the class, we had a special class on stress management from 6 o'clock, and the program ended at 8:30. Just I came back to my chamber and I was keeping everything inside. Then one officer who attended the program came and said, "Sir, I want to talk to you. Can you spare some time?" I was about to say it is already late night, but when I saw his face, I felt something is very seriously wrong. So I said, "Yes, please sit." The first 5 minutes, he just saw my face and started uncontrolled emotional outburst. His whole body was shaking and tears were flowing down his face. I did not open my mouth. I just calmly waited for him. Then he took control of him and said, "I'm sorry, sir, but this is what has happened." 10 years back, he was coming back from office. When he reached the house, he found his wife and son had a heated argument. The son wanted to play cricket, and the wife said, "In another 3 weeks, you are going to have your plus 2 final exams, and she will never allow him to go and play cricket. You are so mad about cricket and your life will be spoiled. I cannot allow you." And the son started arguing with the mother, and at that particular time, this officer came home from office. When he reached this, the wife started telling him, "He is not listening to me. He is not listening to my advice. Next 3 weeks, he is going to have the final exams and he wanted to play cricket." Now the son said, "Papa, for the last 2 months, day and night, I am studying. 24 hours I am studying, only doing studying and nothing else. I am feeling terribly upset and nothing is going inside my head. So please permit me to play for 2 hours. I will go and play and then I will come back. After that, I will not go again." The father found that was a reasonable request, because once you are repeatedly studying day in and day out without any entertainment, at one particular stage it affects the intake capacity. So he said, "What is wrong in allowing him to play?" So he said, "Okay, you play for 2 hours and tomorrow you should never ask, and till the exam you should only concentrate on your studies." Now the wife was upset for 2 reasons. Number 1, the husband has overruled her and allowed the son to go, and she thought from tomorrow onwards the son will not respect, and so many things she came and she shouted, "If anything happens, you are responsible." Sometimes, or in the height of anger, we curse somebody. This negative cursing is a forewarning signal many times for the unpleasant things which are going to happen. This he did not realize at that time. Unfortunately, the son went and played cricket. After half an hour, his friends came running that the ball has struck his head and he was bleeding profusely and he was taken to the nearby. Both mother and father rushed to the hospital. By the time they reached the hospital, the boy collapsed. It was such a calamity. It was such a pathetic condition. And when the news was broken to them that their son has passed away, in that emotional outburst, the last words she talked was, "You have killed our son, you have killed our son." From that day onwards, she refused talking to anyone. And he says, for the last 10 years, the moment he comes back, she just gives a cruel look which says, "You have killed our son, you have killed our son, and for the last 10 years, I am leading a miserable life." The guilt that, in spite of objections raised by my wife, I have permitted my son to play cricket, and now because of that, my son has died. I have killed my son. I have killed my son. Please help me how to come out of this. We had a beautiful, happy life for the last 15 years was shattered with our only son. And he stopped with that, and he was sobbing uncontrollably. I had the shock of my life at 9:15 when he narrated the whole episode with fear of sorrowness and guiltiness. The whole episode with the feelings of guilt. I could understand the emotional outburst. Fortunately, I remembered this story of Lord Yama and Little Rat. So friends, thank you very much, and in part 26 we will see about the story of Lord Yama, the Lord of Death, and Little Rat. Thank you. Have a good day.